channel. We're here on Stewart Avenue and Marlin Avenue. We are about to turn westbound onto Stewart, Las Vegas East Community Center, right there. And this is Eastern Avenue, a major north-south artery here in Las Vegas. This intersection here at Stewart. There's another 7-Eleven. Shout out to 7-Eleven, man. This building over here. I'm not sure what that is. 166 7-Elevens here in Las Vegas. Oh, and we missed the little vendor over here selling juice. And then there's a tire shop over there. These guys are out here wearing hoodies. It's 118 degrees. Why are you wearing a hoodie? Flower Street. 23rd Street. Flower Street's also a street in downtown Los Angeles. See some of the homes here on the south side of Stewart. We're gonna make a right here on the 21st Street. Looks like someone's doing a garage sale of some sort there. And this is 21st Street, Stewart Market and Liquor. And this is the overpass once more here. For US 95, US 93, Interstate 11, and Interstate 515. Brings us up here to Elm Avenue. So there's no nightmare here because it's Elm Avenue and not Elm Street. This is the elevated portion of the highway over here, which I have read online. Feel free to drop comments about your judgments on it, but they say that this is systemic racism because they don't do this in nicer areas of town. They only put the elevated roadways like this here in the more impoverished parts of town. They also have this thing with the calling it a heat island over here on the east side of town because we don't have as many trees over here where we're at as they do on the west side of town, the newer parts of town, or the south part of town down at Henderson. And so that is also being called systemic racism, because the temperatures are hotter on the east side than they tend to be everywhere else. Again, feel free to drop comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. They've got everything chain link fenced off here to keep folks from, although not right back there. There's folks back in there, it looks like. This is Bruce Street. Going to make a right and go northbound now on Bruce Street for our friends following along at home. And we'll go left here onto Poplar Avenue. That brings us here to 16th Street. North 16th Street and Poplar. They do not have a stop sign, so hopefully no one's flying here because I can't see anything with all the parked cars. This street is at an angle here. Looks like some sort of little Asian structure out back in the back of that property there. Southbound underneath the expressway. Head back over here to Stewart. Or at least the Stewart side. There's a dumpster sitting right in the middle of the street. That's not hazardous. There's another one right there. And here's one here. Would they do that in Summerlin? I haven't seen it. Seen them park those things in the middle of Summerlin. Dumpsters all over the sides of the roads. And this is 16th now. Heading back north underneath the bridge here, the expressway. just taking refuge here in the shade. Come back up here to Poplar once more. Mesquite's actually a town 90 miles northeast of here on the border with Arizona, right off of Interstate 15. It's a little, you know, tourist desert town. Casinos and everything up there. Brings us to 15th Street here. Make our stop here. More dumpsters lining the roadways, of course. That's what they do over here. There's a dumpster there on the left. I know a lot of cities require that the dumpsters be contained within an enclosure, but that does not appear to be the case here. 13th Street here, and then this is Maryland Parkway. We're going to try and continue. I don't remember if Mesquite goes. Yeah, it does. Okay. We're going to go across Maryland Parkway here. And it looks like there's some parking underneath here. I'm not sure what for. Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority. Okay, so that's what that is in there. Over here on the left. That's the sign in there. And now we'll curve here onto what I believe is North 11th Street for our friends following along at home. These look like, in Florida, we would call these projects, where all the buildings look the same, they're all designed the same features, same everything. AC on the roofs, they've been here for a while. They don't tend to do that anymore. It's a lot easier for them to work on the AC when it's on the ground. There's a plaza there of some sort. They've got some very mature pine trees throughout here. And look, see, this is here, I mean, it's not an enclosure necessarily, but the dumpsters are right there. They're in their own little space, and there's not trash overflowing outside of them. So that's a positive. And now we'll circle back around. That's Bonanza Road right there, next to the 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. Wouldn't it be funny if there's like one corporation that owns all these 7-Elevens? I think that's what you would call a monopoly. And these folks here actually have a mountain view over here, in Frenchman's Mountain and Sunrise Mountain down there. Back to the east, we've got a car pulling out here in front of us. So we'll wait for you. And we'll make a right into here. And we won't do that because it's a dead end. So we'll turn back out there. Says out there on Maryland Parkway. assuming it's a guy. I don't know, it could be a girl. I don't know. Brings us back to 11th Street. We're going to make this jog, zigzag over here. And go out. I think I can go out this way. Trespassing signs, and I cannot go out this way. But no, so they got some covered parking in here for whatever this is. Looks like some sort of storage or something in here. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Very short little turnaround area here. Right now 118 degrees. I believe that's about 47 or 48 degrees Celsius. Some of the clouds out over the western side of town that could have developed into maybe storm clouds. Looks like the winds, the upper level winds are blowing the tops off of them, so they're not able to form into actual storm clouds. You can see that right there in that shot. This brings us out to 10th Street. Just east of downtown Las Vegas. You can see the Circa and the Grand right there in front of us. We're going to make a left here. And growing up down in Florida, I remember reading about how Key West, Florida would become a microcosm or would serve as a microcosm for what Florida would end up looking like, as well as the rest of the country, where you really only had two classes of people, right? You had the lower class of people that would work, and I don't mean that to be derogatory at all, I just mean the folks that aren't making as much as the upper class folks, who would be your service workers and stuff like that. Because you need those people to flip burgers and stock groceries. This person's got access to the fire hydrant there. It's pretty smart in this heat. This is 8th Street. And you had the upper classes down there in Key West back in the 80s and 90s, which you still do for the most part. And one group would pretty much work to serve the other. That has pretty much become the case all over America. I mean, you do have a middle class still out there, but it's a very shrinking percentage of the overall population. With inflation having shot up 20% over the last 4 years, that's just done a number on so many folks. And you see it on these drives here just west of downtown. I mean, that's the Circa, that's Fremont Street right there. And we're just steps away. Zappos is right there in front of us. We're going to make a right here. This is the interchange with Las Vegas Boulevard and US 95/US 93/Interstate 515/Interstate 11. And we're going to wait here at the light at Bonanza and go westbound again. Best tacos in Las Vegas, it says right there. And while we have a moment, we want to say thank you all so very, very much for joining. We really appreciate each and every single one of you. We would not be here without you, and that's a fact. If you haven't had the chance, take a look at our shop section of YouTube. We have these Vegas Down channel shirts with the Vegas Down logo on top of the Las Vegas Strip for your shopping pleasure and enjoyment. Peruse through there. Maybe you'll find something there for yourself or maybe a significant other. We really, really appreciate each and every single one of you. If you haven't already, please do like, follow, and subscribe. That helps recommend us to other viewers. And always remember that here on the Vegas Down channel, it's the journey. We'll see you again next time, folks. Thanks for being here.